Hey everybody, Clap Thunder here. Take a little break from Ark to try a new game for me. Battlestation Harbringer. Now what's Battlestation Harbringer is essentially, if you've played the two games, is a mashup between FTL and S.P.A.Z. is the best way I can describe it. It's a game where you take a ship and your goal is to defeat a menace attacking the galaxy. Each little system is connected by gate warp lanes, I guess I would describe it. And it's totally random, like FTL. So there is a lot of chance to the game. As you see, I'll play through it quick. But there is actual battles. You kind of set up your ships depending on what you find. You can buy systems also for your ship. So it's a combination of, like a roguelike FTL. Copies that a lot, but it has kind of the combat, ship design kind of S.P.A.Z. Two great games if you're looking for some games to play that you can probably get pretty cheap. So let's play through a little bit just to give you an idea what this is. So we're going to play, so just for this demonstration, we're going to go on easy, which, because it's so luck based, is not necessarily easy. Now you start off with this light assault carrier when you would normally play. As you can see, I've unlocked quite a few ships already. I'm almost there. So every time you complete, you play till you die, or you complete 3 maps, I believe it is. That's how you end the game, obviously, and then you get experience, and as you gain experience you unlock a new ship. So let me show you what it's like. I'm going to start with the beginning ship just to show you what it's like to start this game. It can be a little rough, but the rewards come, because as you die you gain that experience, and then you get a little better ship. Well, not, there's been a couple times where I've said, oh, I don't know if this ship's better, but that's playstyle too. So, okay, so this time we're going to fight the Wanderers. You can read here if you want to pause. Here's the story. Give you a minute to pause that. Your mission. Generally the same. Doesn't matter who you get here in the beginning. What weapons they use will kind of vary by the species, but it's relatively little effect on the game. So here we go. Always give you a little tip to start. So we'll start. We're after the mothership, and she's found it. Sometimes she will, sometimes she won't, depending on the species again. Here's your old geezer, your boss. Here's your mission. Destroy this base for this map. Now you start off with some supplies. This is scrap metal, and then this is, what do they call it? Just upgrade points. So the first thing you want to do, you just click on the battle station where you start, and this is optional missions. Optional missions give you a lot of that upgrade points and some pretty decent scrap metal usually, so you always want to take and complete missions whenever you can. This is a deliver one, so you go out and find these 3 packages and bring them back to the base. So you can see 471, that's not bad scrap, but it's these upgrade points that you're really after, because there's just not enough in the galaxy for what you need. Another thing you could do is look at trade. So right now we got nothing, we're just starting. You can see what we got. we actually got pretty low upgrade points. This will randomly vary. So this is really low upgrade points to start with, and the scrap metal is okay. Ion cannon, a single Mark 1 I would say, you know, and then a Mark 2, and a plasma cannon. As you can see, usually there's one or two you can't afford. If you want to come back for them, try them out. Every once in a while it still surprises me, run around, come across new weapons. I think I may have seen them all now, but still get surprised once in a while. The Ion Cannon Mark II would not be bad, but as you can see we don't have enough upgrade points to buy it. They have the upgrade points there if they've already been upgraded in some sense. Here you see increased shield damage, increased hull damage. This is called burst, so the number of times it'll fire with each shot, and accuracy. So I would buy that, but we can't afford it. We don't have enough upgrade points. So we can't set out with no weapon. So not a bad... The projectile cannon maybe is not a bad way to start. It's got really good range, and it's pretty cheap. We also have to take down the shields, so an energy cannon can be good too. Now, so these are your main weapons, the ones in red. Here, we could add they're either boost your shields or little defense lasers, point defense. You can do bolters, lasers, and Gatling. I 100% only recommend lasers because lasers actually hit. Even though the Gatling's more expensive, it misses so much at this point in the game, how they've developed it, that I don't think either of these are worth it at all, really. It can be good if you're, you know, doing a broadside against another ship, I suppose, but it's meant for point defense, so it still won't do much damage. Here, these green dots is where you can have fighters and drones. There's defensive and offensive. So the big boys here, you got the bombers, which are really what you're after. And I might take the plasma bombers, in fact. They're a good all-around type fighter. In numbers, they can take out big ships by themselves, which means they're a little slow though, and can take a few shots to take down a little fighter, but they can. Missile bombers, you can see, are the most expensive, but they're kind of weak, easy to take out, and the missiles themselves track, which is great, but they're kind of slow, so they're easy for point of defense to take down. So that's why plasma is probably your best all-around bet. Now, depending on your playstyle, you can get repair drones and shield drones, which obviously repair as you go along. Some of these other drones, like the laser and the bolt, will actually initially just swarm your ship and act as defense. So you manually have to, you manually have to go and send them to attack other ships. So it's good and bad. Whereas plasmas tend to be more aggressive, and the missiles, So, like I said, these are the good all-around guys I like, so I'm going to grab the plasma right off the bat. First thing I like to upgrade is just get... This is max ships available, so you just get more ships as you upgrade this. It's really good I find, to get as many of these ships as you can first, because it makes more targets that the enemy has to hit. And then burst is great, because they'll fire twice as fast. Then, of course, you could upgrade their damage as you see fit, but usually you want to leave that to your main guns. So that's obviously, oh, pardon me. That's all we can afford to start. We're going to give this just a second to pop out the bombers. First time as you buy them, it does tend to take a minute for them to pop out. If I go back in here, you can see we're at one ship right now, so that's all that'll pop out. Here we go. We got so that was engineering. That's where you do all your upgrades, move things around. It's kind of a weird system. Each ship has 4 spots to hold things. Now if you come in formation here, you got room for 2 more ships that you can buy as you go along. It's good depending on how you want to play, but it's nice to save up for the best one you can afford, which would be far superior to what we're playing with right now. And again, yeah, you can have up to 3. Now, I was just going to mention this weird system. So to transfer between ships, you'll get a little icon here. You can flip between menus, which is great. But to actually say I want to give another ship this weapon, I can't just transfer. You have to drop it in space, go to the other ship, pick it up from space, put it in. It can get annoying a little bit once you trying to get your inventory sorted. Here you go on the left, you got your ship. You can control what your fighters, you can dock them if you want. Here you go directly to engineering on that ship and to do repairs. So lastly, star map. Here's what we know so far. There's our end game for this map. Here's our 3 spots for that mission we took. The blue, is that a hexagon? Pentagon? 6 sides? Pentagon, I guess. Means that it's a friendly station. Red means enemy ship. Green with an exclamation mark means it's part of a mission you already have. So, without further ado, we're going to jump to the next system. First thing you do, you've got to clear the system, so you got to fight. That's all you can do. And there, the station took care of it for us. And I like to wait. In will drift any upgrades or scrap that you got. Here for our mission, we're going to grab that supply crate. First of the 3. Now we got a new station. First thing, got another mission. Nice mission. You just have to fly into these 2 sectors and they reward you. Nice and easy. Those are great. Again, you can look what's for sale. Nothing I'm particularly interested in. Again, play with them. See what works for you. Well, starting off nice and easy. This symbol means a black hole. Now, black hole doesn't necessarily drag you to your death, but it does hull damage at a steady rate. So they're very dangerous. You don't want to fight in them if you can avoid it. It's nice to visit every system, because every system has scrap metal and maybe upgrade points. But again, it's not great to fight in them because you're just taking damage from the black hole while you're fighting. It can really lead to troubles. So we're going to go next system here, which was a small triangle, so it should be pretty light opposition. There you go. Again, see now we got some upgrade points at this one. Starting to get some scrap. Can't really afford anything yet. And so triple triangle, so it's kind of a a little squad of fighters. We got somebody coming. That's what this, they'll point to what direction they're flying to. It's good to be patient in this game. Take the little battles when you can. Just get that scrap and those upgrade points when you can. I'll see now, not such a little fight. It's a fairly big ship. Again, this game is luck. There is some strategy, more so than FTL, obviously. I would say you have a little better idea what you're heading into. Now we've taken that you can see repair ship has lit up, so we have taken some hull damage. Not too bad yet, though, that we have to really worry. So I'm going to try jumping to the next system. Now, when we jump into a system, here we go. Remember, we had to visit certain ones, so we got a nice boost of stuff. You see this bar go up. That's to indicate you're rebuilding your FTL drive, the energy in it, I suppose. And you can't jump, of course, till that blue bar is up. You know, it is a good idea to retreat in this game sometimes, unless you feel you just got unlucky and you just want to start over, of course, but still get the experience. You may as well kill yourself and get that experience. Like I said, I like to do the number of ships first, so we got a couple upgrades here, which is nice. We got some money to spend. So what we'll do first is buy those lasers, one on each side, provide us a little cover. They're a tad buggy, just telling you now, in this version of the game. Even though it's a release game, they still seem to be updating it a bit, which is great. They won't always fire when they should, which is, you know, that's frustrating, but it is what it is. So let's jump over here and see what we got. Now you can see there is obviously different representation for different types of weapons. Orange is usually, you know, your solid, you know, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Here's a drop we are looking for. You know, your projectiles and missiles, guns, you would say, are the orange. Blue is energy-based weapons. Here we go. We got a friendly ship at this black hole with an enemy ship. You fly in there. Friendly ships will fight with you, obviously. That's what that blue means. And sometimes they'll give you missions, which means I'm going to cut this guy off, by the way. That's why I'm jumping over here. What those missions always end up being is they'll escort you for a certain number of turns. It's nice if you can work it out. It always depends on how the map formed and stuff, but wait till the end battle and take them with you. They will also sell items, so sometimes you can find a rare item on those ships as well. Even if you don't get a mission for those guys, for them to join you, and now I'm going to head back, jump back to where there's a station, and when there's a station here, you can just repair for free. Otherwise, you can repair, but it'll cost you scrap metal, which is pretty precious. You don't want to do that if you can help it. Back to the lone friendly ships. Even if you don't get a mission, usually you can hire them by paying for them. Usually that's not worth it. They're okay, but they're not always great. So somebody's at the black hole, but I need to go that way to finish the quest I was on. So we're gonna jump. It's just a single triangle, shouldn't be too bad. So you can see now your bombers and fighters and drones don't really have a chance. We're probably gonna have to take this guy out by ourselves, because they're taking constant damage as well, so they tend to die pretty fast and pretty easy in black holes. Now ships will drop occasionally. You'll see it drop like we're doing. We're finding these supply crates in. They'll drop those, and pardon me, I like to get out of the black hole as quick as I can, even avoiding upgrades just to get away from that constant damage. here's one of these drops. So ships can drop these, and you'll get free weapons in them. Good or bad, it's totally random. But always be on the lookout. So there we go. We got our 3 things. Now I like to put some shield boosters on there. Can only afford 1. And we can't upgrade this yet. We need 20. You might want to hold off on upgrading your main weapons till you find something a little more rare. Again, these are upgrade points are precious, so you really don't want to waste them in this game. So we're kind of hurting. Now, another thing you can do, which won't work in this case because there's a black hole in the way, is you can set it to jump, you know, multiple systems to where you want to go. It won't work on, can't bypass black holes. Still have to wait in here. But there's ion storms, which drain all your shields. Again, can be a dangerous place to fight. But they also can drain your FTL drive and make you miss a turn. That's basically how it works out. But those sometimes you can bypass, so it's a good idea to just try, you know. Here we're gonna get some nice free repairs. Again, when you can. Slows you down. You gotta backtrack sometimes, but it's definitely worth it. So let's give him his supplies, and boom, got a nice upgrade. Go to our engineering. I like to upgrade the fighters first. They're gonna take the damage. Oops. And we'll install that shield boost. And now we're all full. These you probably aren't going to change unless you find one that's a drop that's better. Upgrading your shields is good, obviously. That's, you know, your real defense. You got to watch out though, because the projectiles and missiles and stuff bypass shields a lot of times and go directly to hull, which can be very bad in some fights. You know, with some of the more exotic type weapons. So that's a gist of what awaits you in this game. You know, the randomness can be frustrating, but you know, if you like FTL, you're gonna like that in this. It's like FTL Lite, maybe perhaps in that sense, but with more fighting and more strategy. So there you go, Battlestation Harbringer. If you liked the video, check it out. Tell them Clap Thunder sent you. See you later.